Starting a couple minutes early, but oh, my hair's a mess. Oh my god, that's not funny. Hello everybody. How is your Thursday going? I just got back from having lunch, so as usual, I'm running behind, running late. So starting a couple minutes early here so that maybe I can finish a couple minutes early. But welcome everybody. Oh, it's just been one of those days for me today. It's just running ragged. And I couldn't think of what to have for lunch, so I quickly went over the bridge and got McDonald's. I'm sitting there waiting for my lunch to show up, and I'm looking at the clock and think, it's gotta cut it close today. But I got back here in time. Is everything? Yeah, I am. Okay, good. How you doing today with Tony? Oh, okay, good. I was worried there. I was beginning to wonder if you guys could hear me or not. I wasn't seeing anything there for a second. Kind of what I was back to what I was doing the other day, kind of sorting through things and chatting with you guys. I found the cord to my mini PC, the one Carrie gave me. I've got to fire that up one of these days and get it, get it updated. Been sitting under my desk in the bedroom for probably a better part of 5 months. He's not interested in using it because it really can't do anything. Good for display. That's all I do with it. I put it out here, and when I can steal another monitor from somebody or someplace, I'll hook it up out here and just have Windows 11 on it. And it's not made for heavy work like I'm doing with these computers with video editing and stuff. It might be able to do email, but I don't know. It never gets itself off 9.3 gigahertz. Not 9.3. 0.93. Said it backwards. No matter what I do, it gets up to 1 gigahertz once in a while, but then it drops right back down. So that's kind of when I parked it, and just if someone needs a computer to use for something over here, I'll plug it in, turn it on, let them use it. But hey, Goal, or not sure how to pronounce your name. How you doing? Yeah, I've been around for a while. I've been around long enough that I'm not surprised it's recommending me to you. So hopefully that helps and I get more people viewing. I hope. It's rather nice weather today. It's going to be in the 60s. Again, but then we got this weekend we're supposed to get some snow. They're saying 3 to 4 inches, but then the next day it's supposed to be like 54 degrees. So it's not going to last long. I think we're supposed to have a half day of snow. Maybe a full day. I forget what the forecast said, but we've got snow coming, but we also have the warm weather coming, so It's not going to stick around long. But of course, it'll keep me home. You guys know how I get around. From that. You guys can't see it. I got it. You guys see my bike, but it's way over there. So I'm not going to move things out of the way just for you guys to see it. Someday I will, but not today. I'm just sitting here cleaning and kind of organizing. Because it gets so messy every single day. I clean it, and the next day I'm right back to doing this. I'm putting things away. Really? Don't want to go up there? So I can see you got a... God damn it. Hello, Ski Man. I'm not going to put it up there. I'll lose it. So, as many of you know, this board that I was working on yesterday, not yesterday, Tuesday. Touch metal. I don't want to shock this thing. I got it mostly done. Yeah, mostly. Yeah, you guys can't see anything. Sorry. It's too dark around here, so... I've asked for suggestions on lighting, and I'm just not getting it. And so I'm going to do without lighting. I'm not good at doing that lighting thing. I don't know. So I got the... God, I really want to take this NVMe out of here. Though he did give me a 2 terabyte. Then I've been trying to go through these MSI motherboard installation. Garbage. Didn't help me one bit by reading that. It's got me more confused, and I said, screw it. It says it to do it that way. I'm going to do it my way, and my way obviously worked. So, where do I want to, put it over here. One of these days, I keep saying that, it's been, what, 2 weeks now? One of these days, I will get this motherboard running. I'm just, debating if I want to exchange parts on it. I really I don't like how it looks. Haircut. Oh, I don't know. I gotta pull the bedroom PC out here one of these days because it needs help. It's having quite a few issues that I don't know. You know that scroll wheel that's on the mouse? Well, I can use the scroll wheel on my mouse. That's increasing my fan speed. When I scroll my mouse wheel, the fan speed increases. And it shouldn't be doing that, so I'll fix it one of these days. I just need to get this running and just continue using that. More than there, that's not that old. I've only had it for like 2 years. This one here, the what's this one? Gigabyte Gaming X37. I'm saying that wrong. It's a 370 or 390. Gigabyte Z390. That's what this one is. Went in the living room. This is the oldest one. I've had this one been over 5 years. I had it before COVID started. That was in 2020. I think I got this in the end of 2019. It was just shortly before I went to Arizona. And I had this board before. Yeah, I had this a couple months before I went to Arizona. I'd like to visit Arizona again, but not this time of the year. I like to go there, February when it's not so hot. I won't go there when it's like 100 some degrees. 100. I don't know what Terry said the temperatures were getting 113, 120. No, thank you. I don't know how you people in Arizona can survive that kind of heat. You must stay in all the time. I think it would be a boring life. But it is the desert, but, Yeah, that is strange. Scroll my wheel, I move my mouse, fan speed goes up. So. And the other with that dot lock, which, from what I'm being told, nothing can be done to fix that. Just delete your videos off of there and just don't put them back on there, because every video put on there is going to get locked. So I've got to now find another device to put my videos on. And I have nowhere place to put videos. My live streams, which are now starting to take space on this computer. This is a 1 terabyte in here, but I guarantee you I'm starting to crunch the room that I have. Even then, I haven't checked it for a while. It's less than half, so I got a ways to go yet, but still, I don't want... Where am I? I don't want to fill up the hard drive with just my videos. So I got to find another device to put my videos on. And right now, that's not available. That's why this whole project of this computer that Sean sent me, the one that Tony sent me, that's why they're on standby, because I need hard drives. Big hard drives. I have that 5 terabyte pocket hard drive for the 5 terabyte. I quit using it because it's slow and it just looks like it's gonna do something I don't want it to, so it's around here somewhere. I haven't seen it. I don't want to use it. So I'm again looking for hard drives. I have these. I have the 2.5. I have these. A lot of these don't have my information on it. This one and this one are other people's info. And I'm storing for them until they can get their life straight and turned around and buy a computer or have someone build them a computer. But their hard drive died on them. Before it died, I pulled all the information off their computers. And this is a gal's computer over in Baxter. This is from another for a gal in Northeast Brainerd. So hopefully they'll call me one of these days, because I don't want to be hanging on to their information forever. Because I need my hard drive space back. So, yeah, this memory, I don't know. Team group memory, I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. I don't think it'll last long, but it might. I've never used team group memory, and everybody's telling me it works fine, but I guess I won't know that until I use it. Yeah, we figured that crunch we heard on this team group memory when I installed it and Bob was here. We think it was the heatsink on the... It was the heatsink on the memory. I squeezed it a little bit too hard and it cracked. Or made some say it's fine. It should work. I hope it works. Or the other option I have If I can get to it. Oh, come on, really? Can you use this? This is the memory I want to put in it. This is the memory I really want to put in it, but again, not to disappoint people, because they sent it to me, I'm going to use a team group memory. I don't want people mad at me because they sent me stuff. You're not using what I sent you. Well, it's not the common parts I use. I mean, I will use it and see how it works. See how long it lasts. But if anything, I'm more worried about this motherboard. This motherboard, the Z790 or whatever it is. Yeah, Z790. This board has been returned several times. Bob over in Baxter has told me he's worked on these boards, the 790s. They have a born short in it. And eventually it shows itself and it just kills the board. He thinks that's what's going on because he found several faults on the board. The 3 boards that he got brought to him had several faults from the get-go. They turned it on and it wouldn't turn on. He said one part of the board, when it got power, got really hot. So I said maybe they fixed it. Like I said, maybe they fixed it. I'm kind of hoping they did, but I don't know. There's only one way to find out. To plug it in and see if it goes kaboom. I don't think it will, but hello, women be shopping. How are you? Yeah, I know that, but I don't know, just the name team group bothers me. Never used it before, so hopefully things will go good. Hopefully this board lasts at least a couple of months. And because of that, because of my paranoia, I did use up the last bit of my gift card, Amazon gift card. I ordered another board, another MSI. I just don't know. And if that one blows up on me, then I'm going right back to Gigabyte. I'm not going to play this fool's game of MSI being the best board out there. No, they're not. In my opinion, that's just how I think of them. Your opinion may vary, different from mine, but I'm just not a big fan of MSI. You know, a lot of people around here, I don't see a lot of MSI computers out there. And I've asked Bob, Nate, and Joe, and Mike, why don't they ever own an MSI motherboard? They all roll their eyes at me and say, I think you know why. Like, yeah, I do. So, yeah, I just need a few more parts, and I need to really drag the bedroom PC out here, put this board in it. Fingers crossed. Hit the go button. And hope that it does start for at least a couple of minutes. I hope it does. Finger crossed it will, but I don't know. It could work fine for years, or it could only last 2 seconds. I don't know. But the boards Bob had a while ago, he said they only lasted a couple of minutes and gone. You know, he can fix it. I mean, that's what he did. He the one board he fixed. The other guy came back and said, no, I'll just go and buy a different board from someone. The one board he did fix, that was $230 for him to fix that. I'm surprised the guy paid it, but he did pay him the $230. Bob gave him his board back, said it should work better than what MSI did to it. So I may have to send this over to him and just say, do your magic with it, because he does, that's what he does. That's all he does. He does board work. He'll take the chips off the board. I mean, if he wanted to, he could leave the PCB board naked. He can strip everything off of it. Will he put everything back on? Not really. But he can take everything off his board and then do something with it, but yeah, AM5, yeah. I've heard differences between the two. I don't play around with AMD. I should. I really should. Maybe one of these days that's what I will do. I'll build an AMD system. I shouldn't say I haven't. Because I have built one AMD system for a guy a couple of years ago. He brought all the parts and out on the table. I said, just call me when you're done. And before he did that, I took every single part, every single model number, every single serial number, and I verified that he actually got it from where he said he would, where he said he did, and that the parts match up with each other. Is the memory going to work with that board? Is the CPU going to work with that board? So I went back to PC Parts Picker, and I named off every single part of that computer with that motherboard, and everything checked out. I built it, got him running, and I believe to this day, 6 years later, no, 5, close to 6 years, it's still running. He uses it every day. He uses it for work. Then I got the Assassin, whatchamacallit over there. The cooler. I forget how they named that. The Assassin something. Peerless Assassin. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Peerless Assassin. I need to put this back up so you guys can see it. That's what I need to put on this motherboard. Someday I will, but not today. It will happen, just not right away. Okay, what did I knock off the table? Oh, Athlon 64. Oh, Flight Sim. I've never got into those Flight Sim games. I've wanted to, but I have a friend, on the other side of town. He's got a gaming rig. And he's got Flight Sim. He's got all these flying games, and he asked me if I wanted to try it. To say, I don't think so. It was, oh, that's a standoff hole. Interesting. So, women be shopping. Where are you located at? The state. I don't need to know your town. What state you from? Or country? California. The wildfire is all that fire business in Palisades. Is that all done with? Is the fire finally out? I hope to God it is. It's just so sad. It's just so sad that the Palisades got burnt. The Hollywood sign, that's gone. Hollywood Hills are gone. What a miserable way for California to start off 2025. Palisades completely gone. Very, very sad. There is a guy, a YouTuber. Well, there's several YouTubers, but BitTwit, Kyle. he showed us where his house was, and nothing left of it. I couldn't really watch that video. It's a house, and I remember when he had that house, he rebuilt his living room from what it was to when they rebuilt. It's just, wow, fantastic, lovely, beautiful house, and it's gone. And he mentioned that. He said I mentioned it to him, and I comment. I said, Kyle, I remember all that work you guys did to remodel the downstairs of your house. The kitchen was all redone. The living room walls were taken out. It was just a big, huge open space. And I told him, I'm sorry to see it gone, man. It's sad. It's just, But I hope that nightmare's over. And I heard California could be getting snow and some rain, so if the fires are still going, well, they won't be going for long. Because California is finally getting some rain. At least that's what I saw in the forecast. They're going to get some rain, so I just hope to God those fires are out, because they did enough damage. How many thousands of acres they burned? How many structures got burned? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And the winds didn't help. And I mean, there's a lot of factors why it went from bad to worse and really got ugly. Yeah, that's done. Good. Good. I'm glad. It was not a good say. Hey, Ken. How are you doing in your golf? You winning? I shouldn't say that. That's mean. Yeah, I'm just watching the bridge traffic. Some days we get light traffic across that bridge, and some days I look out the window and it's just car after car after car after car. But no, today it's pretty quiet. Oh, it's only you playing. Actually, I'll be back in 1 second. Hang on, guys. I'll show you something. Well, just so I don't bore you guys with me just staring at you and not saying much, I'm going to take a look in this mini PC. I forgot when Terry took this apart what it looked like. So I'm just going to take the lid off and take a peek inside. I really need to get a new mini PC. There's one that I saw out there for like $200, and I think there was one Carrie was talking about yesterday that I watched him for about 3 minutes, and him just standing there, and the product he was supposed to be talking about was under his arm. He was just sitting there, standing there, and just jabbering away. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, it's like, come on, Carrie, let's go. You're supposed to be talking about that product that your arm is sitting on. But yet you're sitting there talking to us. Whatever, it's not my show. Achoo! Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, we are supposed to be in the 60s today, and 50 something now, so it'll warm up a little bit. But what I want to stop happening, the thing I want to stop is this going from winter to summer overnight, and then people 2 days later you see them mowing their yards. That's why parts of Brainerd in this area get flooded really badly, because it'll go from like 20 degrees one day, we'll be at like 74 2 days later. Those big, huge mounds of snow, they melt down, and we like a slow thaw. Not like it has been, going from like 20 degrees up to like 70 degrees in 2 days. It's not very pleasant. I mean, temperature-wise is nice, but a lot of places that, piles of snow has nowhere to go. So when it starts getting warm like that, they get out the payloaders and they get out the dump trucks and they start taking those big piles of snow and they start shaving them down so that there's not so much of a flood of water in the streets. When we get those drastic temperature changes, it just gets too warm too quick. I mean, I enjoy it. The first day it hits 74, 75 degrees, I'm getting on my bike and heading up north. Being the first trip of the year. I'm hoping sometime in May. It'll be 107, 110 miles by the time I get home. Because I go all the way up there. Then I turn around and come all the way back home. And by the time I get the bike back up here, I look at my speedometer, the computer on my bike. Last time it said 100 and some miles by the time I got home. So I went all the way up to a town called Hackensack. And then I went beyond Hackensack to make it 60 some miles. Then I went back to a town called Pine River that I used to live in. We'll discuss that one of these days. I'll tell you about that town. At 56 years old, everybody around here is looking at me and saying, why would you do that? Because I can. And I look at them saying, can you bike 100 some miles in one day? No, and I wouldn't attempt it. Sorry, but that's not what I'm going to do. So there's the... I hate this. Inside of it, you guys can't see anything. I apologize. I wish you could, but I need lighting in here, but you guys know the story on that. Really? That's all there is to this? So what kind of... Why would this even have a heatsink on it? Makes no sense. You know what? I can add a second NVMe to this. Well, let's see if one of my team group SSDs will fit in here. I think it will. I got a whole bunch of these. Got 3 of them. Got that one, this one, and this one. Why? I don't know. Really just rather go back to the parts I'm familiar with, but I've got them. I'll use them. Does that not take the normal standard size of an SSD? NVMe? Yeah, it does. So, hey, Chris. Yeah, I do too. I'm not gonna use this mini computer. It's basically for display because it's only 0.93 gigahertz. Gets up to 1 gigahertz, but it falls right back down again, and then it falls on its face. I just say, you know what? I'm not going to use it. Use for display. People want to see a Windows 11 screen? Well, I'll hook this up to it and it'll sit over there somewhere and sit there and collect dust. Why am I keeping that? Here's the brake pads I use for my bike. Just replaced the brake pads a little while ago. And they are $16.49. There's 2 brake pads in here for $16.49. Not bad, but anyhow, not talking about bike pads, talking about bike stuff or computer stuff. You know, you can't even find the information about this on the internet anymore. That's how old these things are. I went looking for mine. Information is no longer available. It's an i7. $16 gigs of RAM, really? Is that a floppy drive? No. There ain't no floppy drives around here, Chris. What are you talking about? Floppy drives? Really? I'm just kidding. No, that's not a floppy drive. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. So lately, as I go to bed at night, after I get off the Zoom homies at night, I've been watching Chris Titus Tech. He's got a series of videos. They're 1 or 2 or 3 hours long. I just sit and play the first one and it'll go through video after video after video after video until I wake up and shut it off. I can't sleep in peace and quiet. Most people can. I can't do it. I've got to be... My mind has got to be hearing something when I'm sleeping. I can't sleep in dead. That's why I hate sleeping at my dad's house. I mean, I do, but it's too quiet. I'm down in the basement of his house. Too quiet. Drives me up the Rivian wall. So I've got something going on in here. Most people wouldn't like coming in here and trying to stay the night because I've got stuff going on in here. Stuff going on in the bedroom while I'm sleeping because I don't like dead silence. I hate it. That's why I hate it when the Zoom homies go quiet. You guys ain't saying anything. It's like, you know, this is no fun anymore. But I know we have our dead spots in our Zoom meeting, but it's just kind of funny. It happens night after night after night. I need to clean this drawer, you know what? Get old memory boxes and some SD card. More memory that I need to actually... Yeah, I have 64 gigs. Where the fuck did that come from? Hmm. 64 gigs of memory. What was I going to use that for? So, Chris Titus, he does mostly Linux, but he does, you know, Windows, and he's developed several programs. He's Linux utilities and Win utilities is what he's... The Linux utilities and the Windows utilities. He's built 2 programs for that. Neither one of them I've used. Neither one of them I'll buy because I don't think that's what you should do. I haven't told Chris in a comment that I disagree with what he's wanting us to do. I just, I like to do things manually on my own. I don't trust in other people's programs to do what you want to do. do it yourself the way you want it done, and don't let some program tell you how it has to be done. I just don't like that. I know there's reasons to do that, but I'd rather... That's one thing I do agree with Carrie about. I hate automation. I absolutely hate it. And I've gone through enough computer stuff that I've learned that it's more of a hassle than it is a... Like they like automation, they like everything done for them. And when I do that, see, that's why on my computers, everything that's done manually on its own, like storage sense, I turn that off. Because if I'm going to clean and do my own disk cleanup, I'm going to be the one to do it. I don't need storage sense doing it for me. Even though storage sense doesn't do that good of a job, so... And being that the case, I turn storage sense off, and every month, every first of the month, I go through my temp files and see what I need to keep and what I need to get rid of. Some I keep, some I get rid of. Most of it I get rid of. And then I go through the temp files, and then I do both in the run command. I do temp, I hit enter, and it brings me to the temp file. I select all, I delete them. And I do the same thing for prefetch. I delete the prefetch. I don't like my computer is clogged up with a lot of junk. So about every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, I go through the temp files and the prefetch and whatever else, and I clean it out. That's you know, that what was I just saying it was called? Storage sense. It works good, but it doesn't collect everything. And I just made the decision. Well, actually, me and Mike were sitting up here one night, shortly before the Zoom homie started. It was about 9 o'clock, 9:15 or something like that. And he asked me, is there really any sense, in your opinion, of using storage sense? Being that it doesn't collect everything? I said, it has its purposes. But in general, not really. You'd be better off just turn it off, and then you just put a note on your monitor. You check your temp files and your prefetch every 30 days. That's what I do. I don't want storage sense, going up every 30 days and attempting to delete files. You have a floppy belly. Yeah, and I know I'm taking your guys up, your guys' time up with, if any of you want to watch Carrie Holzman, you're more than welcome to. Chris, I know you won't, but I just realized this morning when I was getting up and saying, doing a live stream today at 2, but then, oh boy, Carrie starts at 3. Oh well. I haven't watched him solidly, from beginning to end for about 3 months. Because he said something a while ago to somebody else that kind of irritated me. He kind of chewed the guy out for no reason. I'm like, Carrie, I think you just hit the end of the rope with me. He shouldn't have said that. I can't remember what it was about. I was just rolling my eyes like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Then after that, he started disrespecting me. I just said, that's how he's going to be. I'm done. I like to be around kinder, sweeter people than him. Not that he can't be kind and sweet, but lately he's been showing his negative side, and I'm not a fan of that, so I haven't been watching him. But everybody keeps asking, did you watch Carrie's show today? Like, no. And I'm not going to. And why not? Because never mind, I'm not going to say it. I don't know, he just didn't make me very happy when he said that. You know, obviously, obviously you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you should ask questions like, Carrie, shut up. He asked you a question. And Carrie chewed him off. Right? I was like, okay, I'm done. That's the third or fourth time I've seen him do that. And I just, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. No more Carrie. That sent me over the edge when he did that. The guy just asked him a question and he went off on him. Like, all right, Carrie, I think we're done. I just don't like it when people get treated that way on any live stream from anybody. You treat somebody, if you're the host or you're the whatever of your live stream, and you start yelling or insulting people, that doesn't go well with me. With Terry and this other guy that I watch, and I can't think of his name. I only watched him twice on a live stream, and he said something to somebody, and that just set me off. Like, why would you say that to somebody? Well, being that you did, goodbye, and I just switched off to some other channel. I've been picking up a bunch of other channels I've been watching. There's one that I do watch, and what I just do with my... I'll talk to you while I work on this. Is it really what I have to do is take them out? There's a... besides Chris Titus Tech that I listen to it, and I listen to it at night while I'm sleeping. Can't think of her name. Mel runs things. That's who it is. She's a pretty good lad, pretty good lady. I like her. She's across the pond. I'm not really sure where she's from. I forgot. No, she's not from across the pond. She's in God, I hate to go back and ask her. It's like, where are you living at again? She'll say, I've told you that 3 times. I know she's told me 3 times, and I keep forgetting. Oh well, I'll have to ask her one of these days. Again. See, I forgot what you said the first time, but where are you located at? Yeah, speaking of snacks. Hey, Mountain Dew. This is my advertisement on these live streams, is Mountain Dew. Go and get yours today. Your body will thank you. Your dentist might not thank you, but yeah. Quench your thirst. Get yourself a Mountain Dew. And we're starting to get cloudy. It is now overcast. It wasn't when I went to McDonald's. But it is now overcast. Did our forecast change? Yeah, it is overcast. It wasn't 25 minutes ago. So I'm going to take a sneak peek at our weather. Because... Uh-oh. Okay. Thank you for coming back, YouTube. I lost you there for a second. Don't know what the hell happened, but... 58 degrees, but... it got cloudy really quick. Oh, that's why. Partly sunny with temperatures breaking the record. Brief shower or two. Okay, that's why. Let's go to the hourly. When's that rain going to show up? Because I do have to be going somewhere here in about an hour. At 3 p.m. it's going to be rash. I might have to get a ride over there. Dang it. Oh, God, Rain, why do you have to show up today? Carrie who? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I do like watching. I did like watching his shows. I mean, I learned a lot from the guy. I have to give him that. He's kind of my inspiration of wanting to keep doing computer builds when 10 years ago it was getting kind of iffy for me. Not really sure what I was going to do, why I was going to do it, and then started watching him doing his computer builds, and I thought, you know what? That may not be a bad thing to just keep doing. Because that's my profession. I'm self-employed, and I build computers for the local area. I can't be shipping them across the United States. That's too expensive. I know some people have asked me if I'd be willing to send them build them a computer and then send it down to the bottom part of Florida, down by the Florida Keys. And I think, nope, sorry. And he got mad at me and said, why not? I said, do you know how much that's going to cost me? Oh, 50, 60 bucks? No, try 100 and something. Oh. Okay, well, then, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. It won't cost 100 and something, but I just told him not to get him off my case. Me about 60, 70, some dollar, I don't know, but expensive enough for me that I told him I'm not going to do it. Yes, I could build a computer, a very nice one. Ship it to the bottom part of Florida? I'm sorry, but that's when I say no. Because for some reason, shipping here in this area has gotten extremely expensive. It is not cheap. It's not where you can just send somebody a letter for free, or at least for a couple, 50, 60 cents. It's not that cheap anymore. Kind of wish it was, but it isn't. Yeah, I need another monitor because I want to hook this up. I've got nothing to hook it up to. That's my problem. I should use that big monitor for or big TV for a monitor, but what I've been told from several people, you're not really supposed to use a TV as a monitor, but if that's all you got, use it. But technically, a monitor is supposed to be used with a computer, but I know plenty of people around here that they use their 60-inch TV for a monitor. But okay. I got a busy week next week. I got a bunch of email stuff I gotta do. Transferring over from one email account to another. They're tired of using the email client they have, and they want all of their thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of emails transferred to some other email client. It's like, yeah. Email migration is what it's called. Mike on YouTube, he taught me that trick. He was talking about that, and I asked him, what exactly are you talking about? And he told me, he said, well, if you need any help or suggestions on that, I have his number in my phone, but I haven't really called him. I called him once last year because I had a question of something I couldn't answer, so I called the Mike Tech Show. You know, when Terry and Mike used to do that show. They don't do that show anymore, but it's Mike's Tech Show. It's Mike. I called. I asked him about something, and right off the bat, and very kindly answered my question. And I thanked him for his kindness. I thank you for your kind answer, sir. I don't get that from a lot of people nowadays. Yeah. I think he knew who I was talking about. I think in the back of my mind, I think he knew who I was talking about. Last time I asked that guy in Arizona a question, he yelled at me. It's like, okay, that's how you're going to be about it. I just want to ask questions. His response was, well, Rick. I'm like, okay, forget it. Sorry I asked. That's the last time I asked him a question. So it is 2:53. You guys got any questions you want to ask? I think I'm going to wrap it up here at about 8 minutes. Yeah, I know. Stamp. Yeah, I'd imagine someday we're going to be paying a buck for a stamp. I'll just bet you before I die, I mean, we were looking at 90 cents to maybe 95 cents for a stamp by the time I'm dead and gone. That's just, wow. I never thought we'd live to the day where things are going to get expensive to the point where we can't afford it. I never thought we'd get to that point. When I was a small kid, no taller than this desk, we didn't have a worry didn't have a care in the world back then. Things were cheap enough back then. We had an easy enough life, but as technology and stuff evolves and things grow and mature, and then you've got other things, prices are starting to fluctuate, and not fluctuating in the direction I want them to. I'd like to see some of these prices come down a little bit. It's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. And I know a lot of people that they can't afford to eat nowadays. I mean, there's people in my building that are just struggling day to day because they don't have any money and they can't go to the store and go grocery shopping because they don't have $100. Even $100 nowadays ain't gonna get you much. Not around here, it won't. Actually, not anywhere. $100 really won't get you much. Back 20 years ago, $100 you'd get a cart full. Now $100 you get less than half a cart full. I spent almost $200 some the other day when I was out grocery shopping, and I didn't get much for. I thought I had my receipt around here somewhere. $192. I spent $119.13 or whatever, and I didn't get that much. I was kind of shocked. I said, well, this will be rather cheap or cheaper because I'm not getting that much. Yeah, I was wrong. They get me every time. I think I'm going to save a few pennies. And yeah, then on the receipt it said zero money saved. I didn't save any money when I went grocery shopping. Money saved? Zero. Usually it tells me I save $4 or $5 here and there, but the other day, money saved, zero. It's getting tough. It's getting harder to go grocery shopping. It really is getting to the point where you gotta make your food stretch, so I'm trying not to eat as much as I did this winter. Because I eat more in the wintertime, because that's all I do in the wintertime, is I just eat. Now I'm 152 pounds, which I will instantly lose the first time I go up to my 60-mile trip one way, and then I turn around and come back. I won't have this belly on me at the end of summer. I would have worked it off by then. Yeah, my doctor was kind of giving me the finger the other day when I saw her. Said, you know, Rick, you're at 152 pounds. Yeah, I know. She just shook her finger at me and said, watch it. Okay. Because once you start gaining weight, you don't stop until you just balloon to 300-400 pounds. And said, Rick, you do not want to be in that position. Like, no, I don't. Said, then watch what you're eating. Okay. Exercise more. Do you want to step out when it's like 24 below? It's like, I know it's been cold this winter, but start taking the stairs more. I usually take the stairs going down, but every once in a while I'll take the stairs from second floor all the way up to 8th. So I do get my exercise. Just this winter I've just been lazy. Sitting around here eating and eating and eating and eating, and it's like 15 below outside, and like, well, I'm not going to go outside today. So I sit here with 2 big bags of chips and dip and pop and just eating all day. Not a healthy thing to do. My doctor is trying to get me out of that habit. He's really going to have a talk to me next winter, because next winter I'll probably do the same thing. Because I don't work in the winter. I'm seasonal. I don't work in the winter. I'm not going to step outside just to go work on a computer when it's 24 below zero. It's just not going to happen. So, when it starts getting cold, I stop, and then next month, on the 15th of next month, I officially start, even though I've already kind of started this year already. And what's fooling everybody is the warm weather. We have our warm days, and then we have a few cold days, and we have a few more cold days, and we're back up to where we were the other day, 67 degrees. The day after that, we were 41 and windy. So it's the kind of crap I have to deal with until the middle of June, when it'll start getting up to the 50s, and it just skyrockets from there. Go from the 50s to the 70s, 80s. I hope we don't get too hot this summer. I don't like it when it gets boiling hot. I don't like it when it's too cold. I don't like it when it's too hot. I complain on everybody in this building complains about the weather. Because even at 67 degrees last year, Mikey was outside with me, and we were standing out in the back 2 years ago, back in the days when I was smoking cigarettes. He stepped outside, and it was 67 to 68 degrees. It was a nice day. It was nice and warm. The sun was out. Mike comes out. He says, I reckon. He sat and talked to me for about 5 minutes, and he said, I got to get back in. It's too warm out here. Like, oh. Got to be. Oh, my God. We can't win for losing with the weather. It's either too cold or too hot. Well, actually, 67 degrees that day. It wasn't too hot. It just felt hot because the sun was hitting your back. It was nice, though. It was pleasant for me, but Mike started complaining. Oh, it's too hot out here. I gotta go in. You've gotta be kidding me. It's only 67 degrees. He hightailed it back into the building. Then Luke and a bunch of other people came out, and Luke looked at me and said, why is Mike coming back in? It got too warm out here. And we just sat there on the bench and laughed about it for about 10 minutes. It wasn't that warm outside that day. It was actually a little windy. I was out in short sleeves. I got a little chilled. That wind that day was a little chilly, but when the wind stopped, yeah, he got kind of warm. It was nice warm. I call it pleasant. Mike said he got too hot and had to go in. Yeah, 197. I don't want to get that big. I'm not that tall of a guy. If I weighed 97, I'd be more round than I am tall. No, thank you. Believe it or not, I'm only an inch taller. I'm only an inch taller than Kerry is. He's 5'5". I'm 5'6". So that kind of gives you any comparison in the height. When my doctor warned me, she said she really gave me the look and said, Rick, you've got to start watching your weight. Because at this point, it's going to start going up and it's just going to skyrocket. You're going to hit 200 pounds, 230. It's like, no, I won't. Then start watching what you're eating. Yes, ma'am. So I'm just not eating that much anymore. I mean, I do eat, but not as much. Not as much anymore. Your doctor said it's not healthy to just sit and eat all day. So I know, but what do you do when it's 15 below zero outside? She didn't say much after that. She just said, yeah, Rick, I think we're done. Have a good day. Like, see ya. She didn't like it that I smarted off to her like that, but I had to ask the question. Well, what do you think we're going to do when it's 15 below zero outside? I'm going to sit there and go out on my bike, go on a bike ride. So I'm going to sit at home and eat. She didn't like that very well, so she shook her finger at me and said, I think we're done. Goodbye. I said, see ya. And I walked out the door. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're at that age now where we're starting to come down in height. We're no longer going up in height. We're coming down. Surprisingly, the doctor told me yesterday I'm still 5'6". I looked at her and said, are you sure? Like, well, let me measure again. Yep, you're 5'6". Like, wow, 56, I'm still the same height. I thought I would have dropped by now. She says, nope, you haven't. Maybe in 5 years you might, but not right now. Wow. Oh. And 100 to your weight. I'm close to that. Jolly skip. You smoke signals. I'm just catching up to your comment. When I'm reading what you said there, ski man. I'll send you smoke signals. Uh-oh. It better not have been a whatchamacallit. Give me a call ASAP. Got a problem over here. God damn it. Oh, I knew it. I got a text message. Someone wants me to call them. They've got problems. My God, I gotta cut this short because of a damn phone call. But I've been on for an hour. I don't want to bore you guys too much, so I'm gonna call at the end here, guys. I was hoping I wouldn't get interrupted, but I just did. I gotta make a phone call, and I gotta go somewhere, obviously, because they've got problems over at that office. Not sure if it's electrical or what's going on, but we'd like your opinion on what could possibly be the cause. I'm not an electrician. Computer related? Question mark. I'm not an electrician. I don't think. Those people just need to move out of that office, and they need to bulldoze that building. They're having electrical problems over there. Is what the problem is. So I think I'm going to have to call Brad at Thielen Heating and Air Conditioning, and then call the electric company or the guy that works on electric. I think it's their panel that's going bad, is what I think. They got several plugs in that building that some days they work, other days they don't. So they keep having to move computers around because different outlets are not working. They never have quite figured out why that's happening. And I could just imagine getting a phone call 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. The Shills building is burning. I figured that would happen, really, and that's where they're at. It's where we're downtown at the Shills building. Okay, I gotta go. He's bugging me. I gotta go, guys. But thank you for hanging out for the 1 hour and 8 minutes. It has been fun. And not too much tech stuff today, but yeah, I gotta get these computers built, get them up and running, but there's just things I need to get first before I do that, and I just don't have those parts yet, so when everything kind of gets wrapped up and I get everything I need, then I'll take the bedroom PC, bring it out here, swap parts, and we'll take this big case, the 5000D, and put all the parts from this one into a 4000D, smaller size, instead of this big, huge honking 200-pound case that I've got sitting at my desk. So, all right, guys, with that, I've got to go. I've got to answer phone calls. I got to answer texts. So, I hope it was fun, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now. Have a good one, guys. Stop recording.